somebody that was close to me, and they was like, you're gonna have to stop accepting these friendly gestures from him, the impression that you like him.
We went to an event where he was a member. This is the outfit that I wore, this dress right here. I was getting compliments from both men and women.
Both go back to the bed. I realize I want to call my mom and my friends because it's 5 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia. He goes back to sleep. He's only been asleep for 4 minutes. So this man kicked me out of our hotel, threw all of my stuff outside, canceled my flight, and then left me stranded here. And I have been by myself in Singapore ever since. Thank God I called my ex-boyfriend and he booked me another flight home. Thank God I called another guy that I was dating and he paid for my room for the rest of the week. I am about to tell y'all something so crazy, but I am currently in Singapore stranded because I let this guy named Omar Ba Diallo fly me out for a vacation, and he thought that I was going to talk him to my mom. So this man kicked me out of our hotel, threw all of my stuff outside, canceled my flight, and then left me stranded here. And I have been by myself in Singapore ever since.
Now, wait a minute. A man doesn't just cancel your flight for no reason. What did you do? Right? I need to hear more because a man flies you out and then just cancels your flight.
And I just gotta tell somebody just in case I don't make it back to the US or whatever. But backstory, in 2022 or 2023, I dated Omar Ba Diallo. We ended up dating. It didn't work out. Fast forward, he has been trying to reach out to me ever since. In 2026, 2 weeks ago, he hit me up and asked, can he make it up to me for what happened in 2022? I said, I'm only into iconic things. What you got? He said, I want to fly you to Singapore for a vacation. And I said, well, I can't miss work. I like my 2 jobs. So he sent me $3,500 so that I would feel comfortable with missing work.
So the man sent her $3,500. He flew her to Singapore. I'm just setting the scene because some of you guys may not know, but for you guys that don't know, that's one of the most expensive places to fly in Southeast Asia, right? I've been to Singapore. I recently just came from Malaysia about a month and a half ago, but Singapore's connected. When I went 4 years ago, I drove from Thailand. I flew into Singapore, and then after that, I drove from Singapore to Malaysia, right? So I'll tell you something. When I was in Singapore, I saw some pieces, all right? And you already know this is Southeast Asia, and this is the land of the femininity. But let her keep talking.
Okay, boom, because I make good money. Fast forward. Anyway, I'm on the trip. We are all in love for the first couple of days. Everything is peachy clean. That's my man, okay? Out of nowhere, the day before, we have a couple of mishaps, but nothing that will lead up to what I'm telling you now. Nothing, what I'm about to tell you is going to make sense. Nothing is going to add up to what I'm telling you is about to happen now. Nothing's going to correlate. So 5 in the morning, we both go to sleep. We have been cuddling all night. We had just confessed our love to each other, whatever. We wake up at 5 a.m. We both do. I wake up to clean off my makeup because I slept in it. He wake up to get some water. We both go back to the bed. I realize I want to call my mom and my friends because it's 5 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia. He goes back to sleep. He's only been asleep for 4 minutes. I tap him, say, hey, let me get the room key so I can go downstairs. He act like he don't hear me, but he did. He act like he don't hear me. Boom. I take the wrong room key and leave. And when I close the door, I realize I have the wrong room key. So I start calling his phone, and I realize that his phone's not ringing. It's on silent. How we on a vacation and the night before you just talking about marriage and kids and how we gonna do this and how we gonna do that and on this and that. And you want this with me, but your phone on silent.
Can't make this.
Second red flag. Okay, boom. I knock on the door. Immediately, I can see in his eyes, this is a switch. Like, this is not Omar. I don't know who this is, but I could just tell, I have discernment. This is not the man that he was trying to portray to me. So, boom. I walk past him through the door, and I'm like, what are you acting like that for? I'm like, hey babe, give me the room keys so I can go downstairs. I want to call my mom and my friends. He was like, you're not going downstairs to call your mom and your friends. In fact, you're going to get back in this bed. You're going to go to bed. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Then this boy proceeds to call me. He was like, you are so dumb and slow. You lack common sense.
I couldn't agree more.
And one thing we ain't gonna do is insult my intelligence, because you know what? I have 2 dual degrees. I have a dual degree at Clark Atlanta. I am top dog at everything that I do. Okay? I'm an Aries. I don't play. One thing we would never do is say Mariah Melrose is slow, dumb, nothing. So I go off on him. I'm like, you're pathetic. I can't really clock it, but I think you might have mental issues, and they're just now coming out on the trip. And I'm realizing you might have grown mental issues over the course of time that we have not been speaking. It's given pathetic. I'm going to go call my mom. I'm not sure if you think I'm going to go call a man or what is going on, but I'm going downstairs. I'm going to make a phone call. He's like, if you go out this room, you will not make it back in this room. So I'm like, yes, I will. No, I wasn't. I get outside, call my mom or whatever. They like, yeah, if you think he might have mental issues, you think he might be mentally ill, go upstairs, pack your bag, move your flight, and come home. I'm like, okay, cool. I go upstairs. This boy double bolted the doors. I go get concierge. They come upstairs. They like, yeah, man, we can't let you in this room because he double bolted the doors.
He double locked. He have double locked the key.
So they put me in a conference room because I have on lingerie and a robe. Because mind you, we were just in love the night before. So I'm in a conference room. I'm weeping and sobbing because I'm just trying to figure out what would make him think that I deserve this. Nothing that occurred in the past 2-3 days amounts to this. So my heart stops because the lady comes around the corner and she goes, I hate to break it to you, ma'am, but I just tried to talk to him and he said he does not know you, and proceeded to throw all your stuff out in the hallway. My expensive camera equipment, my Sony V1, my G7X that I just got as a gift from another guy I'm dating.
Karma's a bitch.
All my new clothes, everything, my passport.
Whoa, slow down. Wait a minute. Okay, hit it with that. Wait a minute.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Something ain't right. From another guy you're dating, your camera you just got from another guy you're dating
Belongs to the streets.
You think that man didn't probably come across you dating another man? She's on, I know what you like to say. Beyonce's internet, right? That's what you're going to say. That's what you're going to say, all right? Beyonce's internet. She said another man. Y'all were talking about marriage. Let them talk enough, they reveal everything. So imagine the scene that's being set. She's on the beach right now, right? That man's out there seeing fine pieces on the beach. Because I'll let you guys know how it works. You got Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore. It's all within distinction. It's like this. Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam. It's like one circle. It's like Europe out there. And this man brought you out there. Paid $3,500 just for your pocket. Then he flew you out there. Wanted to marry you. That's what's being said right now. I had to set the scene and she thinks she's everything. In her mind, and this is the modern woman brain, I'm everything. Give up everything for me, but I will give up nothing for you. I'm talking to another man. And you're talking about marriage. He's talking about marriage. She doesn't want to do that. Let's continue.
I was withholding my passport, y'all. So I'm weeping and sobbing in the conference room because I can't even believe that this is happening to me. I'm so distraught that the lady helps me proceed to pack my bag. She helps me book a new hotel with their sister hotel, calls me a cab. My thing is, I'm a good person, so I know that I will bounce back from this because good things always happen to me due to the fact of me being a good person. I would never do nobody like this. Yeah, I am gonna let God handle it, but when I tell you God don't play about me,
She had a nerve to bring God into this. God don't play about you. This man is talking about marriage. Understand that. This man is talking about marriage. And you said from a camera that another guy got me. What does that symbolize? Man was clapping and slapping with no regard, right? And to her, this is okay. Switched off. Turn to the left. That's how you turn the TV off, right? TV switched off.
over me wanting to call my mom, all because I wanted to call my mom.
Wasn't that?
Because you think that I'm about to throw dirt on your name or talk ill about you or have a conversation that is not around you. Because I've been having all my conversations with my family and friends around him. So I'm thinking that he thinks that I'm about to talk about him or I'm about to call a man. Regardless,
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
leaving me like this. I'm in Singapore. It took me 24-hour flight to get here, away from my friends and family. You would desert me in Singapore? So I get to the new hotel. I look at my itinerary. That man canceled my flight. And the reason why I let Omar book my flight is because I don't never, ever, 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 ever let a man book my flight. I always get the money first. But I had to I'm an accountability queen. I could take accountability. But the reason why I let him book my flight is because you sent me $3,500, which showed me that you cared, that I cared that I was missing work. My flight was $3K. So you damn near spent $7K for me to get here.
That need to be said again and again with fierce conviction.
My flight was $3K. So you damn near spent $7K for me to get here. In 2022, we were at odds. You let me borrow your car. I wasn't on your insurance or anything. I could have ran your car into the river. I didn't do none of that. You trusted me that I had your car for weeks when I got into a car accident before I got my dream car. But anyway, it's the fact that you had shown me so much trust that you care about my well-being that I would never think that you would do this to me. You're the one who brought me here because you said that you want to show me that you're the man for me. You want to date me. You want to make it up to me. You want to see where things go. You talking to me about kids and family, and you would leave me stranded in another foreign country. And I promise y'all, like I have never been more brokenhearted than I am right now. Like I think this is the worst a man has ever.
I'm just thinking about me. Did you not think what would make this man do that? What in the world would make him do that? He gave you a car. Was he paying for your phone bill too? Was your phone under his name? Listening to her, it probably was. It probably was. That man probably got the phone bill, called some of the numbers and said, with the African accent, who are you? This is what happens, man. He brought a modern woman to the ocean and didn't realize it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Over into the Europe of Southeast Asia. Right? That's how it is over there. And found this and said, what was I thinking? That's what happened. He said, what in the world was I thinking? Do all that stuff up. This is why. He doesn't know, though. You can't take these chances. Seriously. She doesn't know how to appreciate it. Now you see why guys are doing what we do. Mr. Diallo, if you're watching, that's your fault, brother. You were talking about marriage with her? Man,
dummy. And I think what really, really, really like sends me over the edge, he told me some of his deepest, darkest secrets. He basically told me that when he was 9, he lived in West Africa, and that his parents smuggled him into the United States, and they paid somebody to steal an American person's name, so he has an American person's identity, their social and everything. He's not a real citizen. So
Of
he's been
course,
living
that's
under
what
a
they
fake
do.
name. His real name is Omar Ba, but he's under Omar Ba Diallo. So you are basically smuggled into the U.S. So you know what it feels like to be abandoned by your parents. You know what it feels like to go through what you're going through. You know what it feels like to,
She's throwing salt
you know
on
what I'm
him,
saying?
though.
Like, you know what it feels like to be in a foreign country and you not have nothing or whatever. So the fact that you would leave me stranded on foreign land, my heart is so broken. Like, I can't even believe this is happening to me right now. I have been by myself on this trip ever since. Thank God I called my ex-boyfriend and he booked me another flight home. Thank God I called another guy that I was dating and he paid for my room for the rest of the week.
We know, Flathurst.
And thank God I am loved back where
She brought him up again. I called my ex-boyfriend and they sent me a flight back home. I called another guy I was dating and he sent me this. Bodies. That's all I see. And if you know, you know.
I'm at, because the fact that Omar would do this to me, knowing that he's all I have in Singapore, literally, like, you all I have. I'm not a loser and I'm still living my life on this trip, but it's just really hard for me to live because in the back of
It's hard for you to live. You're not a loser. You called 2 men to back you up and said, I'm not a loser. You called 2 men.
my mind, I'm just still struggling with the fact that this guy really deserted me in this foreign country. I am 24-hour flight wise away from home, and I just need to put this story out here just in case I don't make it back to the U.S.
And she's trying to make it seem like she's gonna, in case you don't make it back. You just said you got a flight from 2 guys. This is why he kicked you. Oh man, guys, you can't make this stuff up. Look at the comments. And you know what's wild? I would say the sisterhood had a back. They didn't have a back. Look at this. Hey sis, delete this. 4,192 likes. Hey sis, delete this. Yes, you should delete it. Yeah, I could agree more. I couldn't agree more. The 3 different stories and victim into queen vibes is confusing. It was. And then she said, yeah, you know, good thing I got my thing. Like, she said she's the queen when she called 2 men. It's crazy. For real. Why delete this? Right now. Don't delete it now. Delete it right now. Yeah, it all went down when she said she was dating another guy at the same time with this guy. Don't you know that females have ears too? The sisterhood doesn't have your back on this one. That's crazy. Please, as of now, something doesn't sound right. Immediately, everybody agrees. Every guy watching agrees. Every girl watching you agrees. And guys, I got to show you this. Because everything was good just a week ago. I feel like that Jay-Z song. You know what? 7 days can change. Check it out.
It's our first night in Singapore. This is day 1 of my outfit.
Oh, let me pause that. All right. This is day 1, right? Everything is all good. But I'm looking at her right now. And that waist is kind of suspect, right? It's giving Dr. Miami. It's giving I took a trip to DR or Colombia and get my stomach snatched. That's what they call it. I went there to get snatched, right? Let's look further.
Shut up. Shein, Fashion Nova. Look at my house first. Isn't it cute?
This is the brother. Guys, I would like to take a moment of silence for Mr. Diallo. He thought he had a wife, but brother, why would you take sand to one of the best beaches you can go to? You went to the Europe of Southeast Asia, and you took a lady that doesn't appreciate anything. You abandoned her, and she still called you guys. Look at him happy. He's like, I got it, guys. I got it, bro. You a victim. I don't feel sorry for you, to be honest. We all could have told you this was going to happen. Look at him. He think he winning, holding the hand. That man thinks he's in love. Man.
Am I tripping or was he jealous? Post. You be the judge. Y'all keep it real with me. And I'm using these videos just so you all can see how I, typically dress. So months ago, I went on a date with this guy. We went to an event where he was a member of this organization. This is the outfit that I wore, this dress right here. From the moment we arrived, I was getting compliments from both men and women. This went on throughout the entire evening. When we left, we get in the car and I asked him, I said, hey, did me receiving compliments make you uncomfortable? He was like, no, but I just don't like the disrespect.
It did.
The disrespect was the men that were coming up to me, complimenting me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But anywho, so I asked him, I said, well, is there anything that I can do? He was like, no, but the next time we go out, you're going to wear a sweatsuit. So, we laughed, ha, ha, ha. Fast
That man was serious.
forward, as we continue to date, we're going out, I'm receiving compliments, and now I could see where it looks like he's a little uncomfortable, So put a pin in that. Okay. So then about a month and a half later, he has to go to a meeting for that organization where I told you guys he was a member of. He gets home that evening and I asked him, I said, hey, how was your meeting? He was like, the meeting was okay, but you want to know what everybody wanted to know? And I was like, okay, what did everybody want to know? Everybody kept asking me, where's Tanya? Tanya this, Tanya that, Tanya. He says, I was so tired of hearing about this heifer. And now I'm stunned because I'm like, damn, that's an interesting choice of word. So I didn't say anything. We get off the phone. The next evening, I brought it to his attention and I said to him, I did not appreciate you using that word to describe me. And he was like, well, my family uses that word. That's just what we say. I've been saying that for years. And I was like, but you do understand it's a derogatory term. Well, I didn't mean it that way. And I'm sorry you took it that way. But, I apologize and, I'll make sure I won't use it again. So I was like, okay, put a pin in that. Fast forward. Now, when we go out, he's like, you get a lot of compliments. And I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. And then he says, one time we go out, I'm going to count how many people compliment you. And so now I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a problem. I don't think we need to continue doing this.
Wow. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking. Jay, what was wrong with that? I'll tell you what was wrong. Right? Yeah, you look good. You look good. But you named some prestigious rooms he was in. Sounds like you were qualified. What do I mean? You have the attitude and the energy to get in front of a high quality man, right? Now, where you'll lose those men, you have to understand what he said. He said, next time we go out, you're wearing a sweatsuit. Now, what she did was she actually outshined the master, and he wasn't okay with that. I would have been fine with it, but he wasn't fine with it. And sometimes you have to learn how to tone it down, right? He would have been happier with somebody dressed regular. She dresses, and she's probably not like that, but like a man has to pay for everything. And it almost gives 304 vibes. I don't know if you guys understand high classy 304 vibes, like the ones that the rich guys pay for. And those guys don't mind paying for it. That's why they probably were asking for Tanya. And if he wanted you to tone it down, if that man was prestigious, for him, you turn it down. Y'all split up. That's good. Good for him. He can't handle it, and he shouldn't handle it. Because a man shouldn't handle any female.
Oh, spiritual law. Thank you for saying that. It is spiritual law that when you as a woman help a man, give him money, aid and assist in any form or fashion, you will regret it.
This is a big problem. See, that's what happens when you're dealing with Pookie and Tyrone. That is not spiritual law, right? But I'm going to tell you what happens with most of the sisterhood, right? This is what happens. I can't even give encouragement because that's emotional labor. You can't encourage a man. I will tell you guys, there were females in the comments saying, I encourage a man all the time, right? Which I'm not willing to do. He can pay therapists and motivation speakers if he wants to get encouraged. This is where America is dying at. They won't even encourage you anymore. Look what this lady says. And it has a dog with a wig on. I don't know if she's saying something, but you guys understand what I mean. From experience, don't do it. I lost everything, including my mind. I'm okay now, though. Get your heart from the lady that made the video. This is the state of the modern woman nowadays. The same state of the man that took the girl to Singapore. I don't know what that man was thinking. This lady as well that just went out to the guy looking good. They asked him, where's Tanya? And what happened was with that guy, you don't want somebody that's too friendly. They probably say, oh, you look, oh, thank you. Thank you. Guys don't want that.
Across a man that shows that he is interested in you and have zero interest in him, please make it clear. Let's not play games. We're too old for that. Make it clear, because what we have now is that men that create these scenarios in their heads and then they become obsessed. And my first things first, baby, is safety. So I have a story time. Back when I was living home, which is 11 years ago, me and my best friends, we were out at a restaurant. This guy walks into the restaurant. He with his boys. I go to the bathroom, and he was like, spin this little game at me. I'm decent looking, but I wasn't attracted. And he was like, I want to pay for your food. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I wasn't really eating no salad, but I was like, my girl's at the table. So when I went back, after I came back from the bathroom, he came to the table, introduced himself. He was like, I'm going to pay for y'all food. Boom, cool. So he walks out the restaurant and he realizes he never got my name or my number. So he comes back in, asks me for that. I gave it to him, whatever. My number, name, whatever. So yeah, hit me up on a few occasions, but I still wasn't really on shit because I wasn't attracted to him. So fast forward to years down the line, y'all, because he was really ready to cash out. He's like, he wanted to pay for my apartment. Like, I was still living at home at this time. I was young as fuck. About to move out on my own. I think I was like 18, 19 years old. So anyway, fast forward. And I kept bumping into this man, like, mysteriously, like at the gas station, at the mall. like multiple times, and these are places that's literally right around from where I live at. So one day I was just like, you gonna have to, obviously I had told somebody that was close to me, and they was like, you gonna have to stop accepting these friendly gestures from him, the impression that you like him. I'm like, you know what, you're right. So one day I was at a gas station and he pulls in, and I'm like, oh, here he go. So I'm going in, going to pay for my gas. He comes in. Mind you, he offers to pay for my gas. And I'm like, you know what? I'm cool. You know, I'm not going to let you pay for my gas. And lo and behold, he walks right out. Didn't buy nothing. Didn't get no gas, nothing. He just rode off. So another time I see him, I'm at the mall, y'all. I'm literally reversing to a parking spot. And I'm getting ready to pull out. And this car is parked in front of me. Like, I'm like, what the let me out. Why he get out the car, y'all? At this point, I was spooked. So, like, we know people that know each other. So it's like, at one point, we was all around the same people. And I brought it up. I was like, are you stalking me? Like, what the is really going on? So he pulls out his ID. He was like, yeah, I live right up the street from you. But why the always at the same places that I'm at? And y'all, the shit had got so bad, like me and him got it to it so bad that my ex-boyfriend at that time he was my boyfriend then, but ex-boyfriend now, he had to holler at the nigga like, what's going on? But ladies, I say that to say this, be careful. If you don't like somebody, please let's not play with people's feelings, because these days, motherfuckers really ain't wrapped too tight.
And not even that, right? I felt that went along with the first video, because why are you dating a man and dating another man and getting money from another man? Females do this. Men will find out. You see what she just mentioned? When men give money, they're not playing. So yes, men will kick you out of hotel rooms, everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And my man, he taking sand to the beach, like, you crazy? Thank y'all for watching. Peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.